Yo, it's good to see your boy Yo for 30 from 80K Music, coming at you with a beat breakdown of a beat I made called 9-5. If any artist is interested in purchasing the beat or leasing or exclusive rights, please contact us at our email, or you can check the website that's coming up very soon. Follow us on Instagram. And yeah, I'm gonna go through my first sound. My first sound is an ARP guitar, and it really is the main drive of the song. I'm gonna let you hear it. Now with that sound, in particulars, I'm going to show you my EQ settings, mainly fab filter. I bumped out the lows, increased a little bit of the mids just to get that little emphasis. And my second fab filter, which is a stereo fab filter, I'm not going to tell you, you got to tune in later on. But yeah, I know y'all going to copy the source, but go ahead, this is privilege. And I use the Valhalla room just so it could create more of an echo and fill up the beat. That's very important. A subtle reverb. If anyone want to see, there you go, the settings. Now, on to the next sound, which is a bell. This bell was Gross beat. It's a bell from Omnisphere called Bell Sunday. Came from Drum Vault's kits. Ooh, no drum vault. Wave Supply J Hitmaker. Alright, I'm going ahead and play this for you. This sits in kind of like the back of the beat. So if I also play both of them. Now with this bell, my settings is halftime. Like I said, this bell was halftime, so I'm gonna go ahead and solo it and play it without the halftime, so you can know, bypass it. Now, I could have kept that in a beat, and I probably will go back and change it, but for now I just half-timed it. My EQ settings, just trimmed out a lot of the low end, kept everything here, just something basic. But in order to provide the sauce, you gotta use that crystallizer right there from Sound Toys. It really makes it kind of a chorus sound when you use this type of VST. So I'm gonna go ahead and solo it. Not solo it, but like bypass it. This is how it sounds normally. Now with the crystallizer, it dulls it down and adds a little more reverb to it, a little bit more echo. Now stack it again one more time. Okay, stretch this out. My last sound for this beat was another bell, and I'm gonna go ahead and solo that. I'm gonna show you exactly what bell I use. Now I'm gonna play it. This bell is sourced, by the way. And you can realize it's kind of filtered. It always creates like a kind of a counter towards from the metal, from the normal sound or the drive sound. Alright, so now I'm going to show you exactly what is the settings or my mixing choices for that. Same thing as the second one. Halftime, parametric EQ, I cut out most of the high end because you don't want it clashing with your chorus sound. And yeah, mainly that was it. Oh, my cat's on that shit? Yo, get that nigga down. I use a crystallizer, so altogether this is how the beat sounds. Now I'm gonna go over the 808. For my 808s, it's kind of simple. I just use the hard 808 JP. Just a simple pattern because this beat, it does a lot of moving, so I want to counteract it with a stampy 808, not really a 808 that moves around a lot. So I did a lot of slides just to make it seem like it's moving. Just a little heads up. And I know y'all gonna want to see the slides, so I'm gonna show you it. Let me draw that out for y'all. Hold on. Alright, I'm gonna take that off and I'm gonna play the hi-hats. The hi-hat pattern is something that switched up. I'm gonna bring you from the chorus to the verse. So here I have two hi-hat patterns. I'll go to them each. It's the first hi-hats. Now, since that was the hi-hats, I'm gonna show you how I really mix the hi-hats. Track 9. Yeah, don't do like me. Label your track outs. Label your tracks. Fab filter, same thing. I cut a lot of the low end out. I put a little peak in there, so. Alright, for the 808s, just show you 7 and 8. This is my 808 right here. Fab filter, nothing really serious, just chopped out the high end of it. You really gotta do that much. Now, the 808. Same thing, cut out a little bit of the low. You don't really need anything below 15, I think. And cut out that high. I chained it to the kick, so every time the kick hits, it actually, the 808 ducks. So you can hear more of a punch. And if anyone wants the settings, there you go, have it. Now for my hi-hats, my open hats actually is a little, it goes on par with the 808. That kind of created a bounce. So if you can hear it, if I single out my normal hi-hats and just play my 808s and my open hi-hats, you should actually hear it. And it creates kind of a bounce with it, just in case anyone want to know that. That kind of creates a little bounce and contrast with the hi-hats, so it's actually a good technique to actually use. How I mix my hi-hats. Damn, I really gotta label this. Is 10, so it's the same thing. Usually you can just like copy and paste it from your hi-hats, just drag in and press replace. Oh, if you don't know how to do that, say if this is your hi-hats, you would press and hold save presets, bring it over to your open hats and just drop it right there, and you have the same thing. So that's a little quick shortcut. Yeah, that's good to know. So one more time. With the hi-hats. Now for my claps, yo, stack them. I don't care what anyone says. Stack the crap out of your claps, your snares, your hi-hats. Make that shit live. Like, don't listen to anyone else. Like, fuck that, stack that. I should make that a shirt. Fuck that, stack that. Anyway, I'm about to just play it. I use the clap and the snare, and I'm gonna show you how I EQ that. Now also, so with that, it's usually the same thing. Cut out the lows, whatever, clean it up a little bit. I have it one clap going to the reverb right here, so you know, as you can see, and it has a stereo, but I'm gonna get into that in a separate video about the importance of using stereo enhancers and actually using ozone to properly clean up your beat and all of that type of stuff. But fab filter for the clap, fab filter for the snare, and then I add a little bit of percussions and all of that type of stuff, you know, rims and perks and whatnot. Now, just to show you an example of what I was talking about and stressing about the stereo enhancer, I'm going to actually bypass the ozone, and you're going to actually hear how it sounds when you do not do it. Big difference. Now with ozone, that will be coming soon in our later tutorials, but that's really it for what I have right now. This is your boy Over 30, and I'm signing out.